I thought that I would do a quick update on my wheat. As you can see, it's grown a little bit since my last video. It started to form its little seed heads. As you can see, the seed production is pretty even throughout. No matter if the wheat was planted thick or thin, you pretty much still get the same amount of wheat heads out of it. I don't know what you call those things. If I remember correctly, there's about 20 grains of wheat in each one of those heads. So if you planted one seed and only got one of those heads in return, that would be a 20-to-1 return for your investment. Not bad, in my opinion. So that's the wheat. It should start drying up and be ready to cut in about a month or so, maybe even less than that. When that wheat comes in, I'm going to need a way to thresh it. And I was at my daughter-in-law's house a couple weeks ago, and she had several of these water hose reels that she wanted to get rid of, and she asked me if I wanted one. And I was looking at it. She said, "Well, do you know what it is?" And I kept looking, and she said, "It's a water hose reel." I said, "No, it's not. That's a redneck wheat thresher." So I'm going to try to turn this into a wheat thresher if I can. And I'm sure some of you are familiar with the way a wheat thresher works. So I was wondering if I could get your input on this. Do you think I could get enough RPMs with this to thresh wheat? And what my idea is to take some wood slats and put nails in the wood slats and have them around this drum. And hopefully I can hold it in place with two big hose clamps here across this. And hopefully that would be enough force hitting the heads of the wheat to thresh it. There's a little treadle thresher out there that's available for sale that I really like the looks of, but I don't want to spend $850 for it. And I'll put a link to the video in the description box so you can see that. But on the wood slats on that type of a thresher, they use loops of wire. And actually, I think that thresher is really meant to thresh rice, not wheat. So I have the idea that the nails are the things that are actually inside of a real wheat thresher. And I know some of you are farmers and probably are familiar with the inner workings of a real thresher. And I was wondering, are there like nails in there, or would wire loops work better? And I've also thought, well, maybe something with like little chains attached so that it would hit, or something like that. Or do any of you have better ideas on that? You know, you just need to hit that wheat with a force strong enough to knock it out of that hull. And this is about as fast as I could get it to go. I would rather have a treadle mechanism, and I think that I could hook a treadle to that side and get it to work, but I don't know if this plastic would hold up to the tension of a treadle mechanism. I mean, it's just plastic. But if I could get away with doing something like this, you know, easily just, you know, clamping on some wood slats for that little bit of wheat out there, I could turn this crank. So I appreciate any ideas that y'all have on that, and I hope it helps.